This morning we're going to run through getting carnival colour ready with your annual seedlings. I've dug over our soil. And the first important step is to introduce some organic matter in the form of soil conditioner. I'm using Activate. The easiest way is probably to throw it over the top first, and then you just grab your trowel or your fork and dig it through. Try and go to roughly the depth where you're going to be planting your seedlings, and this will just give the young seedlings, like I said, the nice compost and nutrients that they need to encourage them to get their roots out early. The better you dig it through, the better off you'll be in the long run. This morning we're going to plant snapdragons and pansies, which, like we're saying, with the carnival colour, it's a bit of a misleading in the fact that you plant winter and autumn flowering seedlings so that they're flowering at the start of spring. It's always a good idea, even though there's not a lot of roots on these ones, just to tease them ever so slightly, mostly at the bottom, to try and get them heading in the right direction. I often put another small handful of the Activate straight in the bottom, just again to give it something nice and appealing for the seedlings to put their roots down early. And then you just backfill with your remaining soil. Tamp it down, not too tightly, but nice and firm. And then carry on to the next one. So how close or far apart you plant your seedlings is really up to you. Obviously, the closer you plant them together, if you want masses of colour in your bedding, the sooner they'll join together. So you could go about as close as I am here, about 10 centimetres is a reasonable sort of rule of thumb, and that'll give you a nice immediate effect. Tease the roots out again, another little handful of the Activate, and your backfill. So there's the row of snapdragons at the back to give us our height, and now we'll plant our pansies along the front to give us colour and the size differentiation. So same process again, handful of Activate, soil conditioner, slightly tease the roots, mostly at the bottom, and then pop him in the hole. Pat down around it firmly, but not too firmly. You want to go fairly firmly so that you knock a lot of the air out, but by the same token you don't want to negate what you've just done by digging over the soil and putting in the soil conditioner by packing it down too hard. Now the next step, as counterproductive as it might seem, is to pinch out some of these existing flower heads. That will allow the plant to put its energy into growing the foliage itself to make the plant bigger, rather than trying to focus on giving its energy to the flowers. And that will allow the plant to get its roots down into the ground. And a healthy plant means more flowers. And if you're wanting to continue or to try and time your flowering for a certain time around carnival time, what the council does is they continue to pinch off the flower heads for months. They wait sometimes until July before they allow the plants to start to actually fully bud, and that way they can control and make sure that the plant is fully flourishing and fully in flower come early September. Okay, so the final step is watering them in. I've just got some flourish here. You can use sea salt. While sea salt isn't necessarily a fertiliser, it is a root promoter, so it will help your roots get down into the ground and get the plant flourishing earlier. Can't really overwater them at this stage. I like to give them a really good drink, which again, that helps get rid of any air bubbles in the soil. That's how disease and things like that can get in, and also makes the soil around the roots nice and moist, which encourages the plants to start setting their roots out into the ground. I'm Glen, and that's planting your spring seedlings, and we'll see you at the springs.